The information in this video is much more important than what I'm going to be doing in the video. It's been very busy around here. It's the end of the week for the bakery, but I wanted to share some things that I wish I would have known before I started my micro bakery. And I'm going to be doing dishes because that's just life, and I have a bunch of dishes to do, and yeah, it's just been kind of crazy. So the first thing that I would have done different when I started out my micro bakery is, for sure, I would have stayed small a lot longer. I was kind of not pushed into it, but you know, people were asking me to make bread, so I just kept fulfilling that, and yeah, it just kind of turned into something a little bit bigger than I had anticipated at the beginning. So why was that a bad thing? Because I didn't have the confidence that I needed to be successful when it came to running my micro bakery. One, my recipe wasn't perfected, and that is really hard to get out and like sell if you're trying to grow. So what was happening for me is that people were coming to me asking me for bread, and I wanted to sell it. I knew I was going to sell it, but I just didn't want to scale it that fast. When stores and grocery stores started asking for my bread, I was all in because I was so excited, but I should have taken some time to really hone my skill before I scaled so big. So what I mean by scaling so big is I went from making 6 loaves a week to making over 200 loaves a week in the matter, are you okay? In the matter of probably 2 months. So it went 0 to 100 really, really quickly. And it didn't give me enough time to have the things that I needed to have in place to be able to actually do the work. So we turned our kitchen into a little kind of shop. Our kitchen table no longer existed. I just had plastic tables in our kitchen, and we used that to work on. So I didn't have the bakery done in the basement. There was a lot of things I didn't have that I should have had when I was producing that amount of bread. So that's just one thing that I would say. If you're going to start out doing a sourdough micro bakery, stay small for a long time. And by long time, I mean a good like 6 months, just to get yourself, thank you, honey, just to get yourself a good base, and then you can grow from there. What I would have done different is I would have not went into wholesale the way that I did. Don't do wholesale right away. I started doing wholesale, I think, a little too early, and that was just because stores were asking for it, because customers were saying that, you know, it would be a great place to sell my bread and whatnot. And as much as I love that, it just was really hard to do, and I actually had to drop some of them recently because I have 2 kids at home, and it's honestly just hard. Like, running a sourdough micro bakery by yourself is a lot of work. You're not only running the actual baking part of it, but you're also the one doing all the bookkeeping and delivery. So it's a lot of work. And if you jump into wholesale, it's even more production. So you're making a lot more bread for not nearly as much money. So you really have to make sure you know your margins to see if that's even something that is good for you to do. On the other hand, I would say that getting into maybe a small store where you can do a couple loaves a week could really boost your business, because you might not get access to those customers depending on your area. That would be something that I would definitely do, is finding a really small store where I could drop off, you know, 6, maybe 8 loaves a week just to kind of get started. And then those customers can, you know, tell their friends or whatever. Another thing that I would have done different starting is do farmers markets right away. And for me, I didn't want to do farmers markets because that meant giving up my weekends. But what I'm noticing now is that I am working all week, and for the same amount of money that I could make in a few hours at a farmer's market. So this year I've shifted, and I talked about this in one of my other videos. I am going to be focusing more on farmers markets and events this year. I am signed up for a farmer's market that is every other weekend, and I like that idea. It's not every week, so I'm not committed to a huge time, but it is enough for me to make, a couple grand in a few hours at a farmer's market. If you are hesitant about farmer's markets, I'm going to tell you that all bread booths sell out. So even if there's someone that's already at your market that does sourdough, no worries. There are plenty of customers that would like to buy sourdough. Because I have done the same thing. I'm like, oh, there's already someone there who sells bread. But the thing is everyone has such a different take on their bread that you will find a customer for you. Another thing that I would have done different when starting out my micro bakery is I would have come up with a better bake schedule. I was baking 6 days a week. So I had customers order. Special orders were on Thursdays for my special orders that would pick up here. I had Monday drop-offs, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at one store, and then I had Tuesday, Thursday at another store, and then I had Wednesday at another store. So I was baking every single day or doing dough every single day, and it became very overwhelming, and really I couldn't maintain it. I was spending hours and hours baking and making dough. So what I would suggest, and I'm still trying to, thank you, I'm still trying to change this myself, is moving everything to a 2-day bake. So for me, what I want to do is I would like to deliver on Tuesdays and Fridays, which would give me Monday as a dough day and Thursday as a dough day. And then that way I have Wednesday off in the middle of the week for appointments, anything like that. And then Friday, I would work all day Friday pretty much. And then I would be able to do the farmers markets on Saturday. So that's going to give me a few days off during the week to kind of do some other fun things. I've really gotten into running. That's a new passion of mine, and I need the weekends to be able to train and go to races and stuff like that. Another thing that I would have done different starting a micro bakery, if I would have known a year ago, is to hire somebody. I still do not hire anybody. I'm just being honest with you guys. I am a absolute control freak when it comes to things, even like how my labels are put on. I let my son do them because I know it's good for him to be involved, but honestly, it's just like one of those things where I'm like, I just want to do it myself. And I know that's not good. I have really burned myself down. I recently had my dad and my mother-in-law start doing deliveries for me. So that way when everything's baked and done, they can just go take it. And then I have time for myself or the kids or to do whatever it is that I need to do around the house. So I think that's something that if you're starting out and you're worried about running yourself a little ragged, I would say hire somebody just to make it a little easier on yourself, even if it's for 2 hours, or just have your sister help you or something. I think that would really, help a lot. The last thing that I'm going to talk about in this video, I know it's short and sweet, but I wanted to get this out because I know there's a lot of people out there who want to start a sourdough micro bakery, and it all looks so glamorous and romantic, I guess, online. But the reality of it is you are still running a business. It's still really hard work. It's time consuming. And you're putting yourself out there in a way that is pretty vulnerable, if I'm being honest. You're baking food for people, and a lot of people are going to be critiquing it. So the last thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is perfection. I fall victim to this. What, honey? All the time. Still to this day, I am criticizing myself, and you are your worst critic. Things that you make and you're doing it every single day or every single week, it is going to look so much different to you than it does to your customer. So even if you feel like your loaves aren't the best, or you feel like you're failing, just keep moving forward, because what happens is over time, you're going to keep getting better. You're going to learn new techniques. You're going to keep being a student. Just because you have a business and just because you're selling, it doesn't mean that you can't continue to learn and grow and change. So I want to encourage you that if you're looking to start a micro bakery, always continue learning, always evolve. And that's what I do every single time I bake. I am looking for ways that I can improve. God bless you. I'm looking for ways that I can improve. And just recently, actually, I have adjusted my recipe a little bit, still using the same ingredients and all that stuff. Just my recipe has become a little bit different, and I am getting, bless you, I am getting way better results. So just by changing a little bit, you know, it can make or break, or it can make things exciting. Keep evolving, keep changing, keep trying new products, and something is going to stick. God bless you. Something is going to work. But I just wanted to make this video to give you guys, I would have done different knowing what I know now, starting a micro bakery, because I think it's really good information. A lot of people are out there wanting to start a micro bakery, and you guys don't have to make the mistakes that I did early on. So I hope this video is helpful. If you guys can, share this video with your friends. If you know someone who wants to start a micro bakery, share it with them. And let me know in the comments. Tell me a secret. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys want next, and I will be happy to do that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.